Get ready, Pump Talk Nation. The news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and we've got the inside scoop you absolutely cannot miss. From unexpected twists that shatter alliances to behind-the-scenes drama that redefines the game, this is the pulse of what's happening right now. We're diving deep into the moments that have everyone talking, delivering the unfiltered truth and the exclusive insights you've come to expect. Don't blink, because the next big story is always just around the corner, and you're getting it here first. So buckle up, stay tuned, and prepare to be informed, entertained, and completely plugged into the hottest updates across the board. Let's get into it. Big Brother Blitz, ***, Ashley crashes a party, alliances crumble, and Vince's game is in shambles. We break down the shocking nominations and the fallout that's shaking the hotel mister to its core. Who's on the chopping block, and what does this mean for the final players? We're diving deep into the moments that have everyone talking, delivering the unfiltered truth and the exclusive insights you've come to expect. Don't blink, because the next big story is always just around the corner, and you're getting it here first. So buckle up, stay tuned, and prepare to be informed, entertained, and completely plugged into the hottest updates across the board. Let's get into it. Veto victory. ***, the power of veto results are in for Big Brother 27. Did the head of household make the strategic move, or did someone else seize control? We've got the details on who won and how it's changing the game. Don't blink, because the next big story is always just around the corner, and you're getting it here first. So buckle up, stay tuned, and prepare to be informed, entertained, and completely plugged into the hottest updates across the board. Let's get into it. The Jacuzzi revelation. ***, 2 decades later, a Big Brother legend sets the record straight on that infamous Jacuzzi romp. Anthony Hutton is finally revealing what really happened, and the story behind the headlines might surprise you. Plus, the dark side of fame and a candid look at overcoming personal struggles. Let's get into it. The long game. ***, we're going behind the scenes of Big Brother 27 to uncover the strategic masterminds and the unexpected alliances forming. From secret deals to public blunders, who is playing smart and who is playing themselves out of the game? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and join the conversation in the comments below. You don't want to miss what's next. Ashley crashes the party, alliances shatter in Big Brother 27. The latest episode of Big Brother 27 has delivered a seismic shockwave through the house, as Ashley's unexpected arrival at Kelly's meticulously planned party ignited a firestorm of fractured alliances and shattered trust. This season, already a roller coaster of shifting loyalties and calculated betrayals, was sent into further overdrive by this explosive twist, forcing houseguests to confront the uncomfortable realities of their relationships and the long-term viability of their strategic game plans. The atmosphere within the house became palpably tense, with one contestant audibly expressing the growing frustration felt by many regarding Vince's recent decisions, lamenting, "He has betrayed us 30 times, bro." Vince's tenure as head of household proved to be a masterclass in blindsides, with a staggering 3 of his closest allies finding themselves nominated for eviction. What makes this particularly perplexing is the hidden dynamic between Kelly and Vince. Despite appearing to be clear adversaries on the surface, the two had cultivated a secret Final Two deal, a pact that this week's dramatic turn of events has seemingly dismantled. The strategic missteps were not lost on other houseguests, who questioned Vince's judgment. One housemate pointed out the apparent flaw in his nominations, stating, "Catherine is not somebody that's coming for you," suggesting that Rachel would have been a far more logical target. Instead, Vince's choices have inadvertently created deep rifts, with many now believing he has alienated those who would have been his most staunch defenders later in the game. As discussions about potential evictions intensified, the spotlight quickly narrowed onto Kelly and Catherine as the primary targets. A significant portion of the house seemed to view Kelly as the more formidable threat, with one houseguest emphatically stating, "If we evict her this week, I am happy to evict her." Conversely, others entertained the possibility that Catherine might harbor intentions to betray Vince, a move that could potentially benefit the wider house. Meanwhile, Ava appeared to be navigating the week with relative safety. largely due to her widespread popularity and robust social connections within the house. The repercussions of these strategic maneuvers began to bleed into personal territory. Kelly's visible refusal to even engage with certain housemates sparked significant concern regarding the crucial jury votes. "If we are starting to talk about jury votes, I will never get hers," one houseguest despaired, underscoring how the relationships forged within the house were now extending beyond the immediate gameplay and into the looming, and often unforgiving, jury phase. Ashley's calculated decision to insert herself into Kelly's game during this critical juncture could have far-reaching consequences that extend well beyond the outcome of this week's eviction. By strategically undermining Kelly's social influence, Ashley not only destabilized the existing alliances, but also provided other houseguests with compelling new reasons to consolidate their opposition against Kelly. In this high-stakes battle between calculated strategy and raw emotion, this week's eviction is poised to redefine the trajectory of the entire season. As the house braces for another intense live eviction, the burning question remains: will Kelly's social game be prematurely cut short, or will Catherine's less overt, yet potentially more dangerous, threat ultimately prove decisive? One certainty remains. This week's Big Brother 27 recap will be etched in memory as the moment Ashley crashed the party and irrevocably altered the game's landscape. But the drama in the Big Brother house is far from over. Next, we're diving into the crucial power of veto results that could change everything. Keanu reigns supreme. Power of veto shakes up Big Brother 27 Week 8. As Big Brother 27 surges past its halfway point, the intensity within Hotel Mister is escalating, with new developments promising to reshape the game entirely. The strategic landscape is constantly evolving, and the latest head of household competition has just delivered a major power shift. Keanu Soto, the 33-year-old dungeon master from McKinney, Texas, has emerged victorious as the head of household for Week 8. This pivotal win occurred on Thursday evening, immediately following the live eviction, setting the stage for the crucial nomination ceremony that followed on Friday. Keanu's victory is significant not just for his personal safety, but for the strategic advantage it grants him in nominating 3 houseguests for eviction. The live feeds, which provide an almost continuous, unedited glimpse into the house's dynamics, have been buzzing with speculation about his choices. Viewers who have been meticulously following the game's progression are eager to see how Keanu leverages this power, especially given the complex web of alliances and rivalries that have developed. His background as a dungeon master suggests a mind adept at strategy, planning, and perhaps even anticipating his opponent's moves, traits that could prove invaluable in the high-stakes environment of Big Brother. The anticipation surrounding Keanu's nominations is palpable. The choices he makes will undoubtedly reveal his current alliances, his perceived threats, and his ultimate endgame. Will he target strong competitors, or will he prioritize loyalty and aim to remove perceived weaker links? The outcome of this week's nominations will have a ripple effect, influencing future competitions, veto plays, and ultimately, the path to the final weeks of the season. Furthermore, the episode scheduled for September 3rd is expected to reveal the winner of the power of veto, an additional layer of strategic gameplay that could either solidify Keanu's nominations or create a dramatic shakeup. The interplay between the HOH power and the veto competition often dictates the flow of the week, and this instance is no exception. Fans have been glued to the live feeds, dissecting every conversation and alliance shift to predict Keanu's moves. The fact that CBS is airing a new episode on August 31st and another on September 3rd means that viewers will get timely updates on these critical developments. The spoiler culture surrounding Big Brother is a significant part of its appeal, with dedicated fans piecing together the unedited reality from the live feeds to anticipate the televised broadcast. Keanu's win as HOH is a key piece of that puzzle, offering a glimpse into the strategic decisions that will dominate the upcoming episodes. His ability to navigate the social and strategic complexities of the game will be put to the test as he makes his nominations, and the subsequent veto competition will add another layer of suspense. With Keanu now holding the reins, the nominations are set to send ripples through the house. But the biggest revelations might come from a legend looking back on his most infamous moment. Jacuzzi secrets revealed. Big Brother winner Anthony Hutton breaks silence on infamous romp and the dark side of fame. 20 years after winning Big Brother's most talked-about series, Anthony Hutton, the 23-year-old disco dancer who initially faced boos entering the house, is finally setting the record straight about the infamous Jacuzzi incident with fellow housemate Makosi Musambasi. Now 43, Hutton reflects on his time in the iconic house with no regrets, even about the steamy, ambiguous encounter that captivated the nation. "It baffles me that there's still a question mark about it," Hutton admits exclusively to Pump Talk News. "To clarify again, we didn't have sex." He finds it astonishing that the event still sparks debate, noting that even recently, a barman's first question upon recognizing him was about the jacuzzi. "I smile about it now. How amazing to be part of such an iconic TV moment." For those who may not recall, the 2005 jacuzzi scene involved heavy petting between Hutton and Musambasi after a night of drinking. Despite retiring to separate beds, Musambasi's subsequent trip to the diary room to request a pregnancy test ignited a nationwide debate. Did they or didn't they? Hutton is now eager to definitively close the chapter. "No, we didn't," he laughs, adding, "You know what's crazy, though? The situation happened. There was a lot of nakedness in the jacuzzi and whatnot." He recounts waking up early, hungover, to find Musambasi already awake. "She said to me, 'Anthony, the housemates think we had sex.' And I was just like, 'What, really? Because we didn't.' She said, 'I know.' But looking back, Makosi was such a game player and she was constantly doing things that would get airtime. So, when everyone woke up, all the gossip was about what happened between me and Makosi. She saw all that and went into the diary room to ask for a pregnancy test. She'd obviously seen everyone's reaction and thought, 'I'll make this a story.' And what a story it became, cementing its place as one of Big Brother's most legendary moments. The payoff for Hutton was significant. Upon leaving the house as the winner, he learned of the furore. "The first time I got a sniff of it was when I came out of the house after winning the show, and Davina told me about it," he recalls. "It was a huge shock to me. I was just like, what?" But on reflection, it was actually a stroke of genius from Makosi, because we both got huge magazine deals, me giving my side of the story, and her giving her side of the story. That was my biggest payout from the show, so I certainly don't begrudge her for doing that. Hutton's series was packed with other unforgettable moments, including fellow housemate Kinga Karolczak's garden, self-pleasure, incident with a wine bottle which still astounds him. "It was already a madhouse by then, there were so many kickoffs and so many mad things," he says. "But something like that will never cease to amaze you. I just couldn't understand it because it just came out of nowhere. And it was just like, you're on TV. It was crazy. But I always say, a picture paints 1,000 words. Someone recently screenshotted my facial expression of when that moment happened. I think the facial expression pretty much says it all." Before Big Brother, Hutton worked as a part-time disco dancer and a postman, dreaming of a bigger life. His audition, complete with a Chico Importante persona, secured his spot in the house for 78 days. His cheerful nature and ability to remain calm amidst housemate drama, particularly his compassionate handling of Craig Coates' unrequited crush, endeared him to the public. Craig was a 19-year-old young man, and he hadn't fully come out as being gay to his family, Hutton remembers. "On reflection, that was a lot going on for him. I think I responded with softness and empathy. It was just that simple thing of being nice, being kind. Those kinds of fundamentals will always see you through any type of situation. And I think that was probably another situation that ultimately helped me win the show because of the way I dealt with it." His victory, securing 53.7% of the vote against Eugene Sully, was bolstered by his grandmother's enthusiastic support, which resulted in a £4,000 phone bill in a single week. Winning the show, the pinnacle of television at the time, catapulted him into celebrity life, including a £250,000 magazine deal. However, the initial whirlwind of fame, lucrative offers, and even fulfilling a dream of playing football eventually waned. "That first year was ridiculous," he admits. "I took to it like a duck to water. I was absolutely loving it. That kind of attention felt really good. I was a young, single man, so in terms of responsibilities or anything like that, it was totally fantastic. And then obviously, when you're making a lot of money, that will cushion anything." The decline in work over the subsequent years led to a struggle with alcohol and drugs as coping mechanisms, fueled by fear, pride, ego, and paranoia about returning to normal work. However, hitting rock bottom ultimately led to an epiphany. Moving back to Newcastle and training as a barber, he discovered a passion for mental health advocacy, realizing the power of conversation in the barber's chair. Today, he works as a barber, a keynote speaker on mental health and suicide prevention, hosts the Never Throw in the Towel podcast, and runs initiatives focused on men's mental health. He collaborates with major companies and prisons, using his experiences to help others. "It actually had more highs than lows," he reflects, "and I wouldn't change any of the lows because the lows have shaped me into the man I am today." While Hutton has navigated personal challenges and found a new calling, the game of Big Brother continues to evolve. Now, let's shift focus back to the current season and see how alliances are truly being tested. Big Brother 27, Vince's risky nominations and Ashley's game-altering move. In the ever-shifting landscape of Big Brother 27, the latest episode has seen alliances tested and strategies thrown into disarray, primarily due to Vince's controversial head of household reign and Ashley's disruptive entrance. Vince's decision to nominate 3 of his own allies has sent shockwaves through the house, leaving many questioning his strategic acumen. The house guests are visibly frustrated, with one contestant expressing the sentiment that Vince has repeatedly betrayed their trust. This move is particularly baffling given the secret final 2-deal Vince had established with Kelly, a pact that now appears to be in serious jeopardy following these nominations. Fellow houseguests have openly criticized Vince's choices, with some pointing out that Catherine, one of the nominees, is not perceived as a direct threat. Many believe that Rachel would have been a more logical target, suggesting that Vince's current nominations are strategically unsound and potentially detrimental to his own game. By alienating his allies, Vince risks isolating himself and creating opportunities for others to exploit his weakened position. The nominations have created a palpable tension, with houseguests now evaluating their relationships and strategizing for potential jury votes, a factor that Kelly's palpable animosity towards certain players highlights. Ashley's intervention at Kelly's party has further complicated the dynamics. By targeting Kelly's social influence, Ashley has not only destabilized existing alliances, but also provided a clear incentive for other houseguests to form new coalitions against Kelly. This strategic move could have significant long-term implications, potentially altering the course of the season. The house is now a hotbed of speculation, with houseguests debating whether Kelly or Catherine poses the greater threat and how Vince's missteps will ultimately play out. Ava, meanwhile, seems to be coasting through the week, benefiting from her strong social connections and popularity. The ramifications of these events are deeply personal for some, with Kelly's visible displeasure towards certain housemates signaling a potential loss of crucial jury votes. This underscores the growing importance of personal relationships in the latter stages of the game. The strategic decisions made this week, from Vince's nominations to Ashley's calculated disruption, are setting the stage for a dramatic eviction and potentially redefining the power dynamics within the house. The constant need to adapt and strategize in the face of unexpected twists is the hallmark of Big Brother, and this week has delivered in spades. These strategic plays are creating intense pressure cooker situations. And speaking of pressure, a former champ is finally revealing the truth behind his most iconic moment. That's a wrap on another explosive news cycle. We saw alliances crumble in Big Brother 27 after Ashley crashed the party. Keanu Soto took the HOH crown in Week 8. Anthony Hutton spilled the tea on the infamous Big Brother Jacuzzi romp and his journey through fame and mental health. And Vince's risky nominations have the house in chaos. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to Pump Talk News for all your updates. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a story. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social channels for more exclusive content.